which are going to be a combination of all the notes that we've used so far. So we'll have eighth, as well as whole, half, and quarter notes, and maybe a couple of rest in there too. So, like I said, a good summary of what we've gone over so far. So I'm going to write out the counts real quick on these, just so you can see them. Try not to take too much of your time up, but I just want you to make sure you've got the right counts. And as I said in lesson 1, you can either do this like I'm doing it digitally, or if you want to, you can actually print them out on paper and write out the counts with pencil. So it's something I definitely would recommend doing, though, to get used to doing these. So first one, we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Rest on 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was exercise number 1. Okay. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. All right. Moving on to exercise number 3. Of course, don't forget your repeat sign, even though I didn't say anything about it. 1 and 2. Sorry about that. 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest on 4. Don't forget to repeat. All right, so I'm going to rest here. 1 and 2. Half rest is on top of the line. So we would rest 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Rest on 4. 1 and 2. Again, another half rest, so we get 3 and 4. Half rest, also half the measure. So final measure, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And repeat. Number 5, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. All right, about halfway done here. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Back to number 6, first measure, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and whole note, 1 hit, 2, 3 and 4, rest. Number 7, rest on 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And repeat. And then just a good summary down here of the last exercise here, exercise number 9. 1, whole notes, rest on 2, 3 and 4. Half notes, 1, rest 2, play 3, rest 4. Quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and repeat. All right, I just thought of another tip for you guys. When you're playing these, you also may want to consider your sticking patterns as well. So it just made me think about that here, and also think about the single stroke. Let's use number 9 as an example for what I'm trying to talk about here. So if we go down to number 9, exercise number 9 here. One thing you have to decide is when you're playing these things is how am I going to stick this thing, which means what combinations of right and left am I going to use to make this thing work so that it feels natural when I'm playing. So I'm just going to write out what I would suggest your stickings be for, say, exercise number 9. And this is something you can do as well too if you need to write out the stickings on these. I'm right-handed, usually do right-hand lead, although you can do left as well, and I would recommend practicing that. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to start on a right for the first measure. Second measure, what I would do is I would go right again, and then left. Third measure, I would go right, left, right, left. Fourth measure, I would go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And if you look closely there, you can see that I'm doing a lot of single stroke down there. So that would be a really good exercise to practice frequently, build up speed with, so that, we can really start developing your single stroke roll. But in addition, I would also recommend that you go back and practice the alternate way. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. All right, so I hope that's a good tip for you guys. With these exercises, like I said, once you get them down pat, I know that they can be kind of monotonous. So what you want to do is start thinking of ways to be more creative with the piece, which will in turn help you become a more creative musician. So you want to think about, how can I make this exercise more interesting? Or how can I play this in a more interesting way? So your sticking patterns can be one way to increase creativity, because it's going to force you to play in different ways. Or here's another one too that I just thought of. Why don't you play the whole thing with just one hand, and it'll really build up some good hand skills there. You could play the whole thing with the right. Like I said, play the whole thing right, and then play the whole thing left. And then, like I said on the previous exercise, you can go back and just play the exercises individually, and then once you feel comfortable, try playing through the whole sheet nonstop as a way to build up your reading skills. All right, now on to the final reading exercise for this lesson number 2. And this one is just a little more intense with the actual eighth notes, but throwing some quarter notes in there too, just to keep it interesting. All right, so we'll go ahead and get these all written out for you guys. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get the counts written out real quick so you guys can get on to practicing these things. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a whole lot of that. Just remember what we just talked about too with the alternation, sticking patterns. 1 and 2 and 3, rest on 4. And you could actually come up with any combination of sticking patterns that you want to, but for right now, let's just do kind of basic right-left thing. Exercise number 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest on 4. These are very repetitive here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Rest on 4. Don't forget to repeat all of them. Exercise number 4 is going to be 1 and 2, 3, 4. That will continue. And then the final one, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Exercise number 5. We've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, which will repeat. And the final measure, 1, 2, and 3, rest on 4. Repeat. On to 6. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will repeat. Final measure would be 1, 2, 3, rest on 4. Exercise number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue. 1, 2, 3, rest on 4. Exercise number 8. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's going to continue for the next 3 measures. And then our 1, 2, 3, rest on 4, final measure. Exercise number 9. 1, 2, and sorry, that should be a 2. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and that's going to repeat. Final measure, 1, 2, and 3, rest on 4. And then the final exercise would be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and repeat. Final measure, 1 and 2, 3, rest on 4. And there you have it, folks. That is your reading exercises all written out for lesson 2. And now on to the live demos.